You must have had something better to do, Michael, than to show up here on Friday afternoon in the summer.
Michael looks good. Thank you.
Where's Jen?
I don't know.
Pete or Matt, do you know where Jen is? Jen Davenport?
Lucky I wasn't in shorts. Lucky I'm not in shorts.
There he is. I got it. Sorry about that. We came out the wrong door here. You know, Jen, you're the Senate President. Speaker of the Assembly over here.
Right on time. You definitely have that in common.
Exactly. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not sure we're going to make history with you this afternoon, but we all felt very strongly that we needed to stand up and say a few words. So, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out on a beautiful late summer Friday afternoon. I'm pleased to be joined today by Senate President Steve Sweeney, Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin, and First Assistant Attorney General Jen Davenport, representing the Attorney General's office. Earlier this spring, we worked together to enact a new state law designed to restore some of the property tax deductibility that President Trump and the Republican Congress stripped away from our taxpayers with the disastrous tax law they put in place and its equally disastrous provision gutting the state and local tax or SALT deduction. President Trump, Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, the IRS, and the congressional Republican leadership showed that they hold New Jersey and our hardworking taxpayers in contempt. In President Trump's view, New Jersey is just an ATM to withdraw from to give money to the states which supported him. That's not tax reform, that's political payola. So we took action collectively to protect New Jersey. Our law was carefully drafted to fit within the rules the IRS already had on the books, and that's an incredibly important point, allowing municipalities to create new charitable funds through which residents can contribute in exchange for up to a tax credit on their property tax bill of up to 90% of their donation. And this was hardly anything revolutionary. We were hardly being George Washington here. Quite the contrary, the IRS had already blessed similar arrangements in 33 other states, and importantly, many, if not most of them, red states politically. We weren't asking for special treatment. We were simply looking to see our taxpayers to be treated equally in the face of a president who views us very unequally. New Jersey will get the fifth least benefit among all 50 states from the president's tax scam. More New Jerseyans will see their taxes rise than in any other state in the nation. We will continue to get back less from Washington than what we send. You don't even need a degree from Trump University to see this is a raw deal for New Jersey. Perhaps if the president ever bothered to step off the golf course at his compound in Bedminster to speak with ordinary New Jerseyans, as we do every single day, he'd know this and he'd know we're tired of getting unequal treatment. Yesterday, President Trump and his administration responded to our effort. The IRS is simply changing the rules to effectively invalidate our law and ensure that nothing will change for New Jersey's taxpayers. The IRS is setting a dangerous precedent. They are saying that no matter what states may do, the rules as they exist and as they have been widely understood won't apply because they'll just change them if they don't like what you're doing. It's an extraordinary politicization of a regulatory process, and it is absolutely regulatory overreach, as our brothers and sisters in Congress will verify. President Trump and the IRS are so focused on rolling over states like New Jersey, and this is important, that they are willing to toss a number of those red states I referred to a minute ago, whose taxpayers had been receiving a state or local tax benefit for charitable giving under the bus with us as well. This is a forest and a trees moment, and it is clear the federal government can't see the overall good of allowing for these contributions because of the need to settle a political score with a state like ours. We are not going to take this lightly, and I say the we, those of us up here, but I also want to give a shout out to Senate Majority Leader Loretta Weinberg, who's with us, and Assembly Budget Chair Eliana Pinter-Marin. I think collectively we're not going to take this lightly. We're going to take this fight to President Trump and the IRS through our congressional delegation. We're already in communication with a number of the members, through any and all legislative means. We're not sure there are any logical steps there, but we're going to look collectively at that, and with the Attorney General Graywall and his team through the courts. And to those who dismiss us our chances, including the president, I'll gladly direct them to one of our racetracks or casinos to see if they'll take their odds. They said, and no one knows this more than this guy, they said the same thing about our chances to overturn Congress's unequal treatment of states when it came to sports betting, and we know where that turned out. Fairness is worth fighting for. Equal treatment among peer states is worth fighting for. New Jersey's taxpayers are worth fighting for, and we have only begun this fight. With that, I'd love to ask the Senate President to come on up and say a few words. Steve?
Thanks, Governor. Thank you. I'm proud to be here standing with Governor Murphy and my colleague Craig Coughlin and making a statement to Washington that we're not going to be tread on. New Jersey residents should be respected and treated fairly. This is an attack on us. As the governor said, we send far more than we get back. This isn't fair, and we're going to fix this one way or another. But sometimes, you know, whether you like to fight or not, and I like to fight, and the governor does, and Craig does at times. But you know something? This is a fight we have to wage. It's too important to the people of New Jersey. So, Governor, I stand proudly by your side with the Speaker, and if there's anything we need to do in the future legislatively, we will do it, but we're going to work together. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. I appreciate that, and we are together in this fight, let there be no doubt. It is my great honor now to ask the Speaker of the General Assembly, another great fighter, Craig Coughlin, to come up for a word.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Senate President, and thanks everybody for coming out this afternoon. You know, as leaders of the New Jersey legislature and as the governor, I think our job is to be constantly vigilant in standing up for New Jersey taxpayers. And I think our unanimous agreement that this is a time when we really need to do that and to step up and to make a big statement about the unfair treatment that they're receiving from Washington is something that we have to do. And so I'm proud to be here. I share the view of the Senate President and of the Governor, and I'm certain of our congressional delegation when we say that this isn't fair, it isn't right. Don't pass the rule change. Do what's best for the people of New Jersey, and we're prepared to fight this as long as it takes in every forum that it takes, and to ultimately do whatever it takes to make sure that the New Jersey taxpayers are stuck up for. So thank you all.
Well said. If you don't know Jen Davenport, look her up. She's representing the Attorney General today. She is first deputy. She's got an extraordinary career in law enforcement, and she is also a fighter. Jen, come on down.
As the governor said, New Jersey's law is similar to programs in 33 other states, and they allow taxpayers to receive a credit if they make a donation to government, to government-created funds, and nonprofits. And until recently, IRS allowed and actually blessed these programs. Federal law has long embraced programs just like these, similar to ours, based on guidance from IRS. IRS's proposed rule to upend these charitable programs is not only unprecedented, there doesn't appear to be any sound or clear basis for the sudden policy change. It seems intended to accomplish nothing more than to make it difficult for states like New Jersey and for New Jersey's taxpayers to cope with the effects of the president's tax law. In May, Attorney General Graywall wrote a letter to the Commissioner of the IRS urging